It was a warm afternoon in Redwood Falls, Texas. The sun painted the diner windows gold, the smell of fries and grilled bacon drifting into the street. Inside, Marty Lane, the manager, wiped his hands on a towel, annoyed. He ran Crossroads Diner, a small place off Route 14 where truckers and locals stopped for comfort food. He prided himself on being efficient, which really meant he had no patience for people who couldn't pay. So when a thin, dusty boy walked in, clutching a torn backpack and whispering, "Sir, do you have any leftovers?" "I haven't eaten since yesterday," Marty saw red. "This ain't a shelter, kid," he barked. "You got cash or you got nothing." The boy shook his head, eyes downcast. His voice trembled. "My mom, she's sick. I just wanted a sandwich. Please." The waitress, Clara, a woman in her 40s with kind eyes, looked up from the counter. "Marty, maybe we can." "No," Marty snapped. "You start giving away food, word gets out, and soon every kid on the highway will be knocking." He marched over, grabbed the boy by the collar, and dragged him out the front door. "Go beg somewhere else." The door slammed shut. Clara whispered, "You didn't have to do that." Marty didn't reply. He just muttered, "People need to learn to fend for themselves." Outside, the boy sat on the curb, clutching his empty stomach. His name was Ethan Parker. His mother was in the hospital 2 towns over. He'd been walking for miles, trying to find something, anything, to eat. He took a deep breath, trying not to cry. That's when he heard the rumble. Vrrrm. 5 bikes appeared from the curve of the highway, their sound growing louder until the air seemed to shake. The leader, Hank Doyle, was in his mid-40s, rugged face, dark beard streaked with gray, leather vest patched with the words Steel Angels MC. They pulled into the diner lot. Hank noticed the kid wiping his tears. "You okay there, son?" he asked, his deep voice gentle but heavy. Ethan hesitated. I was just hungry, sir. The man inside threw me out." The bikers glanced at one another. Hank's expression hardened, but he just nodded slowly. "Stay right here, kid." Chapter 2, The Table for 5. The bikers walked in, boots heavy on the diner floor. The door jingled. The customers went silent. Marty, behind the counter, straightened up nervously. He wasn't used to bikers, especially ones that looked this serious. "Welcome to Crossroads Diner," he said with a fake smile. "Table for 5, Hank interrupted, his voice calm but commanding. They sat down. Marty grabbed menus, trying to act casual. "You, guys just passing through?" Hank didn't answer. He scanned the room, eyes falling on Clara. "Ma'am, can we have 5 of your best bacon burgers, fries, and milkshakes?" "Sure thing," Clara said, scribbling quickly. She could sense something unspoken brewing in the air. Marty tried to focus on the register, but his eyes kept darting to the window, where Ethan still sat outside on the curb. 15 minutes later, Clara brought the food. The bikers ate quietly, but Hank didn't touch his plate. He was thinking. Watching. When they were done, he raised a hand. "Hey, manager," he called out. Marty turned. "Yes, sir." Hank leaned back. "Before we pay, I got a question. You threw out a kid earlier, didn't you?" The diner fell silent again. Even the coffee machine seemed to hush. Marty blinked. "What?" "No, I." "Don't lie," Hank said softly, but the weight of his tone froze everyone. "We saw him. Hungry kid. Looked about 12. Marty swallowed hard. "He came in here begging. I run a business, not a charity." Hank nodded slowly. Then he stood up. "That's what I figured." He walked to the window, opened the door, and gestured. Ethan. Come in, buddy. The boy hesitated but obeyed. His small frame stepped into the warm diner air, eyes wide as everyone stared. Hank put a big hand on his shoulder. This young man's eating with us. Marty protested. Look, sir, I can't have. Hank reached into his pocket and pulled out a thick wad of cash. He dropped $100 bill on the counter. That enough to feed one kid, or do you charge double for kindness here? The diner gasped. Clara covered her mouth, smiling tearfully. Hank leaned closer to Marty and whispered, You ever judge a hungry soul again, remember this moment. You just told off the son of a man who used to feed half this town. Marty frowned, confused. What do you mean? Hank looked at Ethan. Tell him your last name, kid. Ethan whispered, Parker. Hank turned to Marty. Ethan Parker. Son of Tom Parker. You remember that name, don't you? Marty froze. His face went pale. Tom Parker had been a kind-hearted mechanic who owned the old garage down the road. Years ago, when Marty's car broke down during a storm, Tom had fixed it for free, saying, kindness always comes back around. But Tom had died 2 years ago in an accident, leaving behind his wife and son. Hank continued, his voice low and firm. Tom was one of ours. A brother in the Steel Angels. We take care of our own. The entire diner went silent. Marty's jaw trembled. He looked at Ethan, guilt flooding his eyes. I didn't know, he whispered. Hank stepped closer. That's the thing about kindness, friend. You shouldn't have to know someone to show it. He placed another $100 bill on the counter. That's for the next hungry kid who walks in. Don't make him beg. Then he turned to Ethan. You eat all you want, champ. Clara quickly brought an extra plate. Ethan's eyes lit up as he took his first bite, tears streaming down his cheeks. The bikers smiled, proud and quiet. As they finished their meal, Hank walked past Marty again. Next time, feed the heart before you feed the till. And with that, the Steel Angels roared away, engines echoing through the small Texas town, a thunderous reminder that real power doesn't come from fear, but from compassion. Ending, full circle twist and moral. Hours later, after the diner closed, Marty sat alone, the lights dimmed. He looked at the $100 bill still pinned to the register. He remembered Tom Parker's voice, kindness always comes back around. And for the first time in years, he bowed his head and whispered, I'm sorry, Tom. I'll do better. The next morning, a free meal for the hungry sign hung in the diner window. Across the street, a little boy smiled. Soft emotional music. That's what kindness can do, it breaks pride, heals hearts, and keeps humanity alive. If this story touched you, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the Kindness Chronicles, and share it with someone who still believes compassion can change the world. Because sometimes, the smallest meal can serve the biggest lesson.